Hi everyone, I hope you're well. So I'm downstairs in my room at the moment because I've got Teddy running around. My sister could get home from work at any minute, so that's going to be interesting. But anyway, on to the video. Today I'm going to be ranking the Disney princesses with my friend Ned.
I am Ned AKA, also known as FilmBuffGrabiec. I make a variety of different videos for my YouTube channel, but mainly video reviews. I've talked about Disney and Pixar movies a fair amount on my channel, and ranking the Disney princesses is going to be interesting. Sophie's also going to be on my channel covering the Disney Renaissance movies with me later.
I've collabed with them before quite a few times on their channel, so I'll link that in the description below, or put the link to their channel in the description below. Yeah, and they're going to be in this video. I keep forgetting what I've already said, so I'm probably going to repeat myself a lot. So I've got two rankings on my piece of paper. I don't know what Ned's rankings are, so that's going to be really interesting to see. So I've got, I'll explain why I've got two rankings. So the first, I tried to think of who ranked higher in terms of like inspiring kids, like who they should look up to. And then I've got my personal ranking of my favourites, like regardless of what kind of lessons they teach, I guess. So let's just start, shall we? So this is the first ranking, and then I'll just nip quickly through my ranking right at the end. Okay, so first we have... Oh no, I'm going to start at the bottom. Okay, so I should have written the numbers next to these names, but I didn't. Number 12, we have Princess Aurora. Now, she was only in the film for like something like 11 to 13 minutes. I don't actually know specifically, but I think it was around that mark, maybe even 9. I don't know. But she wasn't in the film a lot, and I can't, not live action cartoons, so I can't really say a lot about her character, which is why she's ranked right at the bottom. Sorry, Aurora, I loved you as a child, but okay. Anyway, we'll go to Ned now to see what their opinion is.
Yeah, I don't really have much to say about Princess Aurora. And it's pretty easy to see why Maleficent has become more popular, because she is a great villain, I'm not going to lie.
Okay, and now, number 11. Snow White. Now, I haven't watched this film for years. I know I tried to rewatch it like 5 years ago and I couldn't. Like, the voice is so high. It's so high pitched. My sister put it on briefly on TV 2 days ago just to watch the running away scene, because apparently people ran out of the cinema because they found it so scary, so we rewatched that. And I don't know, she cleans and she cooks. She kind of... Okay, so it stopped recording because somehow I'd set a timer. So I'm a bit confused, but okay. There we go, I think it's telling me to get a move on. So yeah, that's why Snow White's in number 11. So we'll see what Ned thinks to Snow White.
Although I can't argue about how this film is historically significant and groundbreaking, I will say that although I do consider the film good overall, that's despite the main character. Even if you put yourself in the mindset of when the film came out, Snow White is just kind of a bland character, and the side characters are much more interesting. That's all I really have to say on the matter.
Okay, now I hated choosing number 10. I love her. She's one of my favourites. But lesson-wise, if we're going just on the first movie, number 10 is Cinderella. Now, oh, I've got a blue top on, I'm like Cinderella today. But personally, Cinderella, I love her so much, especially going off Cinderella 3, A Twist in Time. Her character develops so much, and even in the first one, she has a little bit of attitude. She's like, I hear you, get up, you say, to the birds. I'm like, she's amazing. I don't care what anyone else says, I love Cinderella. But yeah, she's number 10 in this ranking. Now, I will say that my top 4, I've kind of got them all on the same level, but I had to rank them like this. So let's see Ned's opinion on Cinderella, and I've already heard their opinion a little bit, but we disagree on Cinderella. Okay.
Cinderella is not really much more interesting than Snow White to me personally. She does have a slightly more interesting personality and character traits, but it honestly doesn't help that the mice pretty much hijack the screen for half the film. The film as a whole is 2/3 a decent imitation of Tom and Jerry, and 1/3 Quentin Tarantino's passion project.
So, number 9. This is going to be a controversial one. She's most people's that I know of favourite princess. It's Ariel. Don't kill me. Yeah, it's just got my name on. I don't know. I rewatched it recently. She's adventurous. She's brave. She falls for a guy before even meeting him. And yeah, you know, she's just I don't know. It's a weird one. I have mixed feelings about Ariel. I do love her. I love the film. But on this list, she's ranked number 9. So let's see what Ned thinks to Ariel.
Ariel was actually the first Disney princess who I had something interesting to say about. She has interesting traits. She dreams of life on dry land. And people say that she gave up her voice to be with a man. No, she didn't. She's shown to be invested in the traits of the human world, and the tipping point for her to sign Ursula's contract was her father destroying her possessions, not her encounter with Eric. And her singing voice is beautiful too. Kudos to Jodie Benson for that.
Okay, number 8. Another favourite of some people, but I never really warmed to her as a character. Specifically after watching the second film, though, I think that's when I kind of went off her. But I love her in live action. I know a lot of people don't like the live action of this, but I do. It's not Ariel said that. It's Jasmine. Jasmine, she's just a bit of a diva, if I'm being honest. And I'm not talking about first movie Jasmine, I'm talking about second. But because I'm judging just off the first one, she still kind of ranks here for me. Because a lot of these Disney princesses are adventurous. It doesn't really make them stand out. So I'm trying to think of other qualities that they possess as well. I don't know. I do like Jasmine. You know, she pretends to go along with Aladdin's plan like this. She's an actress. She's got a pet tiger. That's pretty cool. But she just ranks kind of low for me, unfortunately. I'm going to write the numbers because I know I'm going to get lost. Okay, so that was number 8, right? It was... Let's see. 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay. Done. So let's see what Ned thinks to Jasmine. I'll be interested to hear this.
Although she's not the protagonist of the film, Jasmine is a great side character, and I like how she longs to live her own life, rather than the one she's being tied down to as a princess. And eventually, she ends up with the man she wants to be with, when her father changes the law. Take note, male leaders. Let women live the life they want to.
Okay. And number 7. Belle. Okay, so Belle, she's quite feminist. I know there's like there's loads of mixed feelings about the Beast and her falling in love with him. But she reads. She's like the only girl in the village that reads. She's inspiring for kids to grow up watching. We're told what to do based on our gender identity as a child specifically. And people tell us even now what we should be doing, you know, ignorant people. So she's kind of inspiring for kids who are kind of told that they shouldn't do things because they're girls or shouldn't like things because they're boys. I don't know. I just hope she kind of encourages people to kind of question things like the normality, societal expectations. I don't know if that's a word. But yeah. That's why she ranks at number 7. So let's see what Ned thinks to Belle.
Belle is probably my favourite of all the Disney princesses. I like how despite being seen as odd for not flaunting her good looks, she simply doesn't care what anyone else thinks, and shows much more interest in her books. Now, although she does fall in love with the Beast, this is primarily through their mutual love of books, and prior to this, she had much more been seeking adventure than romance. And she has one of the most beautiful singing voices I've ever heard. Kudos to Pedro O'Hara for that.
Okay, so I don't know how this happened. I've just been editing and I realised that I skipped one. So the ranking for number 6 is Rapunzel. Rapunzel is one of my favourite Disney princesses. I love the film Tangled as well. She's adventurous, she's sweet, she's naive, but she can't help it. She's extremely brave. She went against Mother Gothel, which is all she's ever known, and into the unknown with Flynn Rider, a thief. She's ballsy. She hid his bag. She was like, you know what, you're gonna take me to see those lanterns because I've been dreaming about them and I'm not. an idiot. I'm not going to go on my own. So I want you to go with me. So good on her. So yeah, I love that film. And I can't believe I forgot.
Rapunzel is fine, I guess. I put her above the first three Disney princesses, and definitely above Pocahontas. And the song I See the Light is fantastic. And the premise, which breathed an interesting setup into the story and her character, had some strong potential. But my opinion hasn't really changed since the Disney CGI ranking video, for the character, or the movie.
Okay, and number 5 is Merida. Now, I really like Merida. I remember loving her when I first saw her in the cinema. And she's like doing archery, which is really cool. And she's like, I don't want to get married, which was so new for like a Disney princess. Like, whoa, she doesn't want a prince? What? Like, yeah, she was like awesome. Although you could kind of say the same for, well, not all of them were looking for a prince, it just kind of happened along the way, but she was like dead set against it. She broke tradition and she's like, you know what? I don't want to marry a prince. I want to like do archery and roam the forest and climb up cliffs and sing, or have a montage to a really nice song. And make cakes that poison her mum and turn her into a bear. Spoiler alert. But yeah, Merida is number 5 for me. I really like her as a character. I want to rewatch that actually. So let's see what Ned thinks to Merida.
Merida is an interesting Disney princess. She's the first one not to get or want a love interest, which was a nice touch for the film. Although I'm still not really big on Braid as a whole, Merida is a good protagonist, and I like how she wants to avoid being thrown into an arranged marriage, which she somewhat maintains through firing an arrow straight through another. Badass.
Number 4. Moana. Now Moana is another one that doesn't even mention guys. Like, they are not on her radar, and it could be the age, but this generation they move forward quite fast, so they grow up too soon. But yeah, she doesn't even mention men. Like, Maui is the only, oh, I've just drawn myself, shoot. Whoops. Maui is like the only guy in it, apart from if you count Hey. So yeah, not really of interest, I hope. But anyway, yeah, she's like adventurous. She's again fighting against tradition, the normality. You know, she's just like, I want to do this. I want to save the world. I don't want to sit here and be queen and do nothing. I want to explore, which is really inspiring to kids and not just girls. You know, it's just like, don't always choose the path that's laid out for you. You need to make your own journey in life and choose what you want, kind of thing. So that is why she's number 4. So let's see Ned's opinions on Moana.
Moana is the best Disney princess since Mulan. She's an intriguing character who could be considered the opposite of Ariel in some ways, in how while Ariel has a passion for dry land, Moana has a passion for the sea. That said, Moana stands out as her own character, and much like Merida, she isn't given a love interest. Her independence and bravery shine through in her personality and actions in the film, and Ali E. Carvalho's vocal performance and singing are great. Number
3, Pocahontas. Obviously there's a lot of controversy around Pocahontas being made in general because of obviously the historical factors in it. So this is based purely on the character, not on any of those facts that were kind of distorted in the film, which we wouldn't acknowledge. But just judge the character based on that. So Pocahontas, I love. I want to rewatch that as well. She's powerful. She stands up for what she believes in. She argues with this stranger. She's like, you're ignorant. You don't know the moon and the trees and the wolves and, you know, you think you own whatever land you land on. I love that song. That has so many meanings and it's still accurate. There's still people who think they're entitled to things. It's like, shut up. You have to earn things. But anyway, yes. However, there is love interest. There shouldn't be. She's such a powerful character that the film would have been so much better if there just wasn't a John Smith. Now, I like John Smith, but you know, she completely disses him in the second film anyway. So why have him in the first film if you're just going to get rid of the guy in the second one? Disney? What was that about? But anyway, that is why she's number 3. So let's see what Ned thinks to Pocahontas. I went off on a tangent on that one.
Oh god, this movie is boring. And so is Pocahontas outside of her song numbers. The songs Just Around the River Bend and Colours of the Wind are great. And Judy Cunn sings them well. But otherwise, just a bland character in a bland and rather insensitive movie.
Okay, number 2. Now, I said like the top 4 were kind of on the same level for me. So number 2, I feel really bad putting her at number 2 because I love her so much. She's like such a legend. Mulan. Now, I adore Mulan and I love Shang, and I know that, you know, she doesn't need a guy or anything, but, you know, Shang's a good guy. He sings a nice song, very catchy, gets stuck in your head. Everyone sings along to it, you can't help it. But yeah, I love her. She's amazing. Again, she goes against societal norms. She like fights for her family. She fights what she believes in. She slays. She risks being killed to save her father's life. You know, she disguises herself as a boy. She's just awesome. I mean, she kind of does deserve the number 1 spot. I feel bad, but she is number 2. But you know, if I was allowed, it would have been a tie, okay? I'm sorry, Mulan. I love you. That is one of my favourite Disney movies. I feel so energetic today. Okay. So let's see what Ned thinks to Mulan before I keep talking and then lose what I'm trying to say. Hello. Thank you. Okay. I don't like him licking me when I've got makeup on, especially. I'm like, I don't want you to eat anything you shouldn't. That sounds gross. Yeah. But anyway. Hello, gorgeous. You guys haven't seen him this close before. You never could be on camera. Okay, thank you. I love you too. Sorry, I got distracted. Let's see Ned's thoughts on Mulan. I don't know if I've said that. I forgot because of you. Okay. This is Teddy, by the way. Mum calls him Edward and I tell her off, don't I? I don't want you to know Edward. No. Okay, let's go to Ned.
Mulan is one of the best Disney princesses. I mean, what more could you want from a badass woman who goes to war to save her raging father, and then saves China from probably the most tediously evil villain in film?
So number 1. You might have figured it out if you know who the official Disney princesses are. I had to check. I wanted to include everyone, like Elsa, Moana, Princess Elena of Avalor. I think that's it. Then there's Raya. I don't know if she's a princess. I haven't seen it yet, but it's on Disney Plus today, so I'm gonna watch it. Oh my god. Speaking of Disney Plus, Crawler. Amazing. Anyway, number 1, Tiana. Now, I love Tiana. I know I've seen people complaining because it's like the first black Disney princess and she's a frog for most of the movie. And that is a valid point. I have no right to, you know, say anything about that. But I love that movie. I remember seeing it in the cinema and it stopped halfway through and someone had to go out and report it. But it was amazing anyway. And she's such a hard worker. She fights for her dream. She's like an ultimate feminist icon. She like, you can get the guy, but you can still be a feminist. You can still work for what you deserve or what you want in life. You know I like that film. You can tell by how I'm talking about it. But she is inspiring because she's like, a lot of these Disney princesses were born into it, if you look at it. Well, probably not a lot of them. Pocahontas kind of was. She's a princess in the tribe. Yeah, the chief's daughter. Moana was the chief's daughter. Merida was a princess. Rapunzel, she kind of had to fight for it. She was born into it, but kind of not. But at the same time, well, she escaped. Then she was straight in the royal family. You know, she didn't have to. Yeah. Jasmine was born into it. Belle married a beast to get there. Ariel. Yeah. Okay. I'll leave it at that. But anyway, you can see my point. She's not. Yeah. I can't say enough positive things. She's inspiring because of her race. 2 little girls, and boys. You know, non-binary, every gender identity. But like, I don't know, I love her. She's so hardworking. And oh my gosh, but can I just give a special mention to Lottie? I love Lottie. She's such a sweetheart. I adore her. I really want the Disney doll. You know, I've got a little collection and I want to put them on like a shelf in my room. But I want Lottie. I really need her. She's so cute. She's so sweet. Yes, she's spoilt. I would admit that. But she's a really good friend. Like, I love her. You know, if Disney does live action, I would be okay with playing Lottie. You know, just putting that out there. I will learn the accent. I'll do it. Oh, Tia. Yeah, I'm not going to try and do it. Okay, so let's see what Ned thinks to Tiana.
Tiana is an intriguing character. She's a fast thinker, she's positive, and a workaholic, who has a desire to turn a rundown sugar mill into a restaurant, though not so much for herself, but rather to fulfill her late father's wish. As well as being a likeable character, she also has the great song Almost There, which really showcases Anuka Noni Rose's singing ability, as well as her superb vocal performance.
Okay, and then they're going to tell us their full order.
So, my ranking of the Disney princesses would be number 12, Pocahontas, number 11, Princess Aurora, number 10, Snow White, number 9, Cinderella, number 8, Rapunzel, number 7, Merida, number 6, Tiana, number 5, Jasmine, number 4, Ariel, number 3, Moana, number 2, Mulan, and number 1, Belle.
Okay, and this is my personal order. So I'm gonna go first to 12 because it's just a casual one. And I would have ideally wanted to put the princesses somewhere for this ranking, so sorry that I didn't put things together. I should have bought like the box from Disney Store today, but I didn't think until I got home and I was like, oh. Okay, anyway. Number 1, Cinderella. I love her. She's my favourite person, and I know she's like, she cleans the house and she's like, you know, her life changes because of a prince and she's fighting for the prince rather than being brave and standing up for the stepmother, but, well, to the stepmother, but like, leave her alone. I love her. And Gus and Jack are iconic, and so is Lucifer, and specifically Cinderella in A Twist in Time. Attitude, and she fights for what she needs then. You know, she sneaks into the palace in disguise. She's awesome. Don't even, you know, should put some respect on her name. Okay, and number 2 is Tiana. Tiana's still pretty high. I love her. Mulan is 3rd. Then Rapunzel. She's so sweet. Then Moana. Then Merida. Then Ariel. Then Belle. I feel really bad for some of these names at the bottom. I'm sorry. And by that I mean Pocahontas, who was after Belle. You know what? I need to rewatch the film, to be honest. She might be ranked higher on my personal list. Then it's Jasmine, Aurora, and Snow White. I'm sorry, Aurora and Snow White, you're staying at the bottom. Although Aurora was last in my last order, but Snow White is last in this one. And that's purely because Aurora's not in the film much, but I really don't like Snow White. And I'm sorry, that feels like slander as a Disney fan because she's like the first princess, but I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. That's my opinion. I don't like her that much. That is my prerogative. I think that makes sense. Okay, so thank you, Ned, for joining me in this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like. Yeah, that's what I meant. Give it a like. I was like, oh, thumbs up, what did I say? Subscribe and hit the notification bell to get notified when I post. I post every Wednesday, and I also post extra videos sometimes. And Ned has also posted a video on their channel, so I'll tag that. I'll put the link in the description below. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Bye.